So I'm going to work on side pass toward with Rhett. I just let him loose in the round pen, and then he kind of left and wanted to sniff around, so I give him a minute, and then when he comes back, I'm going to reinforce him. I just cut that out because, I mean, I can explain it in 2 seconds, so we don't have to watch all of that. We can just watch the training of him side passing toward. So at this point, I was still using a lot of negative reinforcement. I have the two whips. That is how you can teach the side pass toward. That's one of the options. And you don't have to use a ton of pressure to do that. You can also teach it with positive reinforcement and targeting. If you want to see that, you can look at my series with little Sebastian, my miniature horse. I taught him to do that with positive reinforcement only with targeting. So I've got two whips here. I've got the long lunge whip in my right hand and a driving whip in my left hand, and Rhett's going the wrong direction. So he needs to go side pass away from you first. The horse has to know that first. Because you see when I picked up on that stick in my right hand and he stepped toward me, and stopped going to the right, to my right, like right here, he needs to know how to do that first. So that cue with that left whip, or all that left whip is a cue. So I'm picking it up, that driving whip up toward his hip, and then I'm bringing that right whip around him. That's why I'm using that longer lunging whip on that right side to go around to his left side and push him toward me since he already knows to move away from that whip. And then I'm kind of block him with my driving whip and kind of help him figure it out here. He's a little confused. I'm going to try following him and just kind of sticking with him here until he kind of figures it out. If I'm like backwards, not the answer. There he takes a step over, so I'm going to reinforce him. But I'm going to have him get on the lead line to help him out. So he's very confused, so I'm just going to have him put the lead rope on so that I can kind of help him out and show him the direction that I need him to go in. You can also see me do this process with the Mustangs at Liberty too. So I'm just going to help him out. Whoop. There he kind of goes. So cue there with my left arm, and then I'm going to use that right lunging whip over on his left side, and he steps toward me. That's what I was looking for. So he didn't get it at Liberty. That's totally fine. You don't have to do everything at Liberty. You have to break it down a lot more so that the horse understands it. Here, I just didn't give him other options, so I kind of hold onto the rope, and then he doesn't go forward and he doesn't go backward, and he has less options, and it's a little bit easier for him to understand. So I'm reinforcing these steps here because now he's like, okay, I understand what you want, because I'm cueing him there and he's figuring that out. So he took a couple nice steps over. So here's my cue, and now he's kind of stepping toward me. So I wanted him to, now he's confused. He's doing Spanish walk, so I could see why he would be confused there. To take a step over, I'm clicking reinforcing. So he does know how to do some side pass, but I think what I was trying to do in this video was to get him to side pass to the mounting block. So that's going to be different because he hasn't side passed up to something before. So, and that's not something I work on every day. Obviously, he was confused by my cues here. But I would make sure you have that side pass away very solid first, both sides, then do side pass toward, then do side pass toward an object. So he's kind of giving me a little bit there. Now he's coming up to that block a little bit more, and he's kind of doing Spanish walk. I probably should reinforce those little steps there because he was very close. And if I didn't tell him that he was right, now he was doing Spanish walk because he was like, okay, that must have not been the right answer. So I'm going to line him up a little bit so that it's easier for him to come to the block. Cue him here. There we go. Help him out with the lunge whip. Good, and I'll reinforce that. So, and he was like really confused about side passing to the block. I don't remember Caster being confused. I think he was just like side pass. He loves to side pass toward though, so that was probably it. I probably worked on it a lot more, and I did do it, I believe, in protected contact, so he was already used to coming towards something, so that was why it was so much more difficult for Rhett to figure that out because I didn't do it in protected contact. So now he's just taking little baby steps to the mounting block. That was the goal here, was trying to get him to come and side pass to the mounting block so that I could get on him. And it's important that you don't get up on the mounting block right away. That's going to come later. So again, like, we need to know how to have the horse side pass away from us, then toward us without obstacles, then to an object or obstacle, then with you on that object. So the training all has to be done very systematically so the horse understands what it is that you want. And you can see he's already, like, he's kind of confused anyways. So, and we've already broken it down. So some horses need the lesson broken down a little bit more than others. That's just how it is. So cue my behavior again. Good with the shoulders. That was nice. And I can help him out by raising that lunging whip in my right hand and bringing that over to his left side to push him over toward me. But that's the beginning of side pass to the mounting block.